Alright, it is about, let's see, give me a sec, it is about, oops. Won't focus, damn it. Alrighty, it's about 4:30 a.m. and about to hit the road and get this trip to Vegas started. Oh boy, oh boy. So, this video's a long time coming. If you're someone who's in my friend circle, you might have heard me talking about making this video months ago. In fact, you might have noticed the title of this video says 2024, but this video is being released in 2025. That should give you an idea of how much I procrastinated making this video. So much so, in fact, that I completely forgot how I originally wanted to edit this video. So here I am, 9 fucking months later after originally recording this trip, finally working on it. Well, better late than never, I guess. Moving on, I should probably explain what this trip is about. I'll preface this by saying that this wasn't a normal trip to Las Vegas. There wasn't any staying at a hotel on the strip, no gambling my non-existent life savings, or snorting cola at the Coca-Cola store. Also, this trip wasn't my first time being in Vegas. I'd been to Vegas several times in the past, including one trip back in 2019 where I filled some geese at a park for some reason. Come on, turf war, fight, go at it. Come on, I want to see some blood, I want to see some violence. This particular trip was actually for something a lot more boring. I was going on this trip simply to help my sister and her family move into their new home and buy stuff for it. So what does that entail? Well, lifting heavy furniture and other belongings for one, which you'll luckily won't see in this video. What you will see though is shopping. Lots and lots of shopping. Oh, and food too. Shopping and food is the name of the game today, folks. So without further ado, let's get into this. After staying up all night, my sister and I, along with several others in my family, set out on our 270-mile trek from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, leaving close to 5 in the morning. So despite being sleep-deprived, I still made a concerted effort to record the drive up to Vegas on my phone, trying my absolute hardest to stabilize the phone while I recorded. No, this didn't always work very well. In fact, while editing this footage, my motion sickness would kick in on occasion. For those who have never driven to Vegas from Los Angeles, it's quite the drive, going from urban sprawl of the Los Angeles metropolis through the windy, foggy mountains and across the arid California Nevada desert. You know what? Let me just shut up for a bit and let you see this in motion. After a few hours, we finally reached Nevada, and we were just half an hour or so away from reaching my sister's new house. So, this is a bit of a random editing commentary, but after reviewing all the footage I took of this trip, the B-roll footage just from the drive up here takes up such a large chunk of the total recording time. In fact, I recorded 32 different videos just for this one segment. Anyways, we eventually made it to my sister's new house, and I made sure to make a massive proclamation when I first stepped inside. Well, we are finally here. Time to bless this house by taking the biggest dump I possibly can. Moving on, I decided to begin filming my sister's backyard, which ended up being a bit smaller than I had expected. Here, I started filming the dining room and, of course, the kitchen. There's the fridge reveal. Freezer reveal. And of course, how can we forget oven reveal? A little while later, I decided to film the living room for the second story loft. Next, we have the stairs, which are quite steep to walk up and down, though you might not be able to tell that from this clip. So far, there hasn't been much of anything interesting going on. However, this next segment might change that. There was one particular part of this house that caught my eye. What? You might ask? Well, see for yourself. This is by far the creepiest spot in this entire house. And this is why. This. Right here. It's a closet. A fucking closet. For whatever reason, this closet under the stairs just had a certain aura about it that just felt a little bit off. You might guess it has to do with what looks like a small boarded up crevice inside of it. And you know what? You'd be correct. What secrets lie within this crevice? What sort of mysteries lie on the other side of that crevice? We may never know, but I wasn't going to stop at just filming the inside of the closet for a few seconds. No. I needed to investigate some more. So I decided to stay inside the closet, close the door, and turn off the light inside. I then decided I would take a picture in complete darkness. Now, before I show off this pic, I gotta point out that most people probably won't be able to tell what is strange with the image. But I'll do my best to explain why this image is so weird, including comparing it to another image I took in the darkness just 2 minutes afterwards. With that out of the way, here's the picture. So, this is the image. It's a pic of the boarded up crevice that I took from my phone in complete darkness. But, if whatever screen you're watching this video from has the right contrast and brightness, you'll notice that the whole picture is covered in a weird blue aura, or dim light that I couldn't physically see, but was nevertheless captured on my phone's camera. Now, I'm not a foremost expert on cameras or photography, especially from phone cameras. There's probably a technical, reasonable, logical, scientific explanation for why this happened. I'm 99% sure about that, but goddammit, I'm someone who loves paranormal shit, so let me pretend that there's something more nebulous going on here. First things first, let me do a little enhancing so this blue tint is much more viewable to you viewers. Okay, there we go. Now you can see that weird blue light or whatever the fuck you want to call it better. Now, compare this image to the next image. The same crevice in the dark, but 2 minutes later. Hopefully now you can understand why this whole situation has piqued my interest. And for the hell of it, I'll enhance this pic too. Now you have 4 different images to compare. Okay, this stupid bit has dragged on enough. Let's move on. We have some more images that I took of the house. So the unique thing about this house is that it has a terrarium where you normally put some outdoor plants in and whatnot. Instead though, this house's terrarium came with a freaking fountain that doesn't work and some rocks. A bit underwhelming if you ask me. And what's even funnier is that my sister and her family barely even use this space. Well, at least it makes for a good video thumbnail. Okay, let's see. We have another look at the stairs, a pic of my nephew's dinosaurs in the living room, a look at the kitchen sink. What else? Jesus Christ, I'm starting to lose track of these damn pics. Oh, here's a pic of the master bathroom with its extremely tiny shower. Although you can't really tell how small it is here. You know, in between all this, I forgot that I ordered some of the finest cuisine that the Vegas area has to offer. McDonald's. Bruh. Nothing like eating some shitty nuggets and burger on the ground. Yum yum. Anyways, back to the pictures. You know that loft that I mentioned a while ago? Yeah, there's no ceiling lighting there. We call that bad interior planning. In fact, this house has quite a few problems that I can get into detail about, but I don't want this video being too long. So I'll just move on to the next segment. Alright. Shopping time. See, I told you there would be plenty of shopping in this video. Here we are at Walmart, being greeted by birds. Inside Walmart, we started shopping for... things. Sorry, but by this point in time, when I finally started to edit this video, I've completely forgotten some details about this trip. But I do remember one thing we were on the lookout for. Microwaves. Okay, after Walmart, my family were getting pretty tired, so there isn't much left to film for day one. Except, there was somewhere I wanted to stop at for dinner. A reprehensible place that is completely absent in SoCal. And maybe all of California, I don't know. I didn't do any research on this part. It is the one, the only... White Castle. Yeah, I kind of fucked that up. Let's do that again. It is the one, the only White Castle. Okay, something you have to know about me is that I'm a fast food fiend. White Castle is like an unholy grail of garbage that I couldn't resist trying out at least once in my life. So here we go. My first ever, and possibly last, White Castle taste test. And now for the taste test. Okay. Alright, let's try the burger. There's pickles on it, but fuck it.
See this?
Oh yeah.
This fucking sucks,
Absolutely
actually.
love pickles, but...
This thing blows. Awful. This is disgusting. People like this? Dog shit. This thing killed my family. It's gonna kill yours too.
It's a little bit more chewing. It tastes like shit. Yeah, this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. Finally, we've reached the end of day one. You know, in between all the filming and picture taking during this day, I had been helping moving stuff into the house in addition to all the walking I did while going out shopping. And so I was quite exhausted at this point. There was really one last thing I really wanted to say. And thus concludes day one of this Vegas trip. And my god, am I fucking exhausted. Oh man, I've only gotten like 1 hour of sleep within the past 1.5 days. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Anyways, that's it. Have fun. See you guys for day 2. Good night. On to day 2. Day 2. From this point on, I didn't nearly do as much filming or picture taking as I did in day 1. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that a good chunk of day 1's footage was just driving up to Vegas. However, I also believe that the hype I had to film this trip during the first day had started to wane a bit. Now, that's not to say that I wasn't still dedicated to recording each day I was there. After all, this video still ended up being made, didn't it? Anyway, let's roll on, starting with... Nice butt plug. After doing some shopping, my family wanted to stop and get some breakfast. We ended up eating at some Hawaiian place whose name I've completely forgotten about and grabbed our food to go. I ended up ordering some of the ube pancakes and chili cheese omelet. Which, as an aside, I fucking love chili cheese omelets. Looking good. Which were very good and filled me the fuck up. I rated a strong 9 out of 10. After stuffing myself, I decided to partake in one of my favorite pastimes. Writing. And then it was off for some more shopping, and so my sisters and I began a quest to look for... Oh, right. My sister needed some light bulbs for a lamp. Thus, we went to... the Home Depot. Alright, let's take a look-see at what we got here at Home Depot. Ooh, we have some garbage bins. Nice, nice. Now, here's a view looking down one of the main walkways across the store. Then we have... oh, god damn it! For whatever reason, my phone didn't want to auto-rotate when I started recording, so now I have to do it in post. Just give me a sec. There we go. So here's where I actually attempted to look at some light bulbs, although I quickly gave up after a couple of minutes once I realized that this aisle only had lighting fixtures, not the bulbs themselves. Now we get some kitchen appliances action. The fridgiest of fridges, the ovenest of ovens, the most washer and dryer combos of all time. You name it. After appliances, there was just one more section of Home Depot that I wanted to check out. One that is quite important to me. Can you guess what it is, dear viewer? Chainsaw? Nope. Paint? Try again. Toilets? Not really. It's this. Yeah, you know what time it is. Mulch madness time, baby.
Quick Mulch's unique installation services takes all the pain out of spreading mulch. Whether you're looking to mulch your landscape, gardens, or play area,
Maple 85's facilities are neat, efficient, safe, and friendly. Bring your own 85 delivery. We make your job easy. Maple 80.
And with that, my Home Depot escapades are over. After resisting my urge to consume all the mulch in the store, I was left feeling rather empty and wanting to eat some more garbage. I think you know what time it is. Shitty fast food time again! And with that, what do we have in store today, folks? Well, let's just say this will make you gotta go fast to the bathroom. Now, around the time I went on this trip, a solar eclipse had recently happened, one that was visible across the United States. To celebrate this eclipse, Sonic had a special slush added to their menu just for the occasion. It was called the Blackout Slush Float, and was described by Sonic Drive-In as sweet, cotton candy, and dragon fruit flavor. I tried it out, and I was a big fan of it. I'll give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Unfortunately, it probably won't be back on the menu until 2044, when the next total solar eclipse will pass through the contiguous United States. That was pretty much it for day 2. See, I told you it wouldn't be as packed as day 1. Oh fuck! The curtains are moving by themselves! Super spooky! Okay, now this is it for day 2. All in all, not a very eventful day. Though, to be honest, outside of the first day, none of the subsequent days were very eventful. I must admit, I'm trying my absolute hardest to make this video be as entertaining as possible. So bear with me as we got 2 more days of this to get through. I hope you're ready for day 3! Day 3 begins much like the way day 2 did, with some breakfast and some shopping. This time, my family and I were headed to a well-known breakfast spot in the Vegas area that my dad was quite fond of, Blueberry Hill Family Restaurants. Due to its relative proximity to the Strip, the drive took longer than the last breakfast place we went to. We even had to go through an obstacle course to get there. Eventually, though, we made it to the— oh god damn it, my phone did it again! Anyways, we made it to the restaurant and had to kill some time before we could be seated inside. Also because my sisters drove to the wrong Blueberry Hill location. After wasting some time outside, my family eventually made our way inside, where I made no attempt to hide the fact that I was recording on my phone while people were trying to enjoy their brunch. But hey, I needed footage. Looking around the restaurant's menu, I decided to go with my absolute favorite breakfast dish of all time, Eggs Benedict. Except, this wasn't any ordinary Eggs Benedict. In fact, this dish combined Eggs Benedict with another favorite breakfast dish of mine, biscuits and gravy. So, how did it taste? Not as good as the breakfast I had the day before, but still good enough to get a thumbs up from me. 8 out of 10. Now time for our daily scheduled shopping. This time, my sisters and I were headed to Home Goods, which, for those that don't know, sells a variety of home furniture, decorations, snacks, and condiments. Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here because we had to stop and get some gas first. It was here that I spotted this. Also, no, I know this clip looks like it was AI upscaled, but my phone's camera just has awful zoom quality and focus. I don't know, whatever. What I do know is that some dumbass did this. My brother in Christ didn't even park at a parking spot, just in the middle of the way. Wow. Now we can get to Home Goods. You know, if there's one problem I have with Home Goods, it's that they're always cramped. They have so much shit to sell, yet they always choose the smallest retail spaces to fit everything in. Add to that, how crowded they usually get, and you get a claustrophobic introvert's worst nightmare. In the food section of the store, I found some weird snacks that I couldn't help but take pictures of, including beer-flavored jelly beans? King Charles shortbread cookies? Who the fuck wants to eat King Charles? And lastly, United States currency themed Belgian chocolates. Who the fuck is buying this shit? Not much else to report from Home Goods, sadly. So we then made our way to Big Lots, back when Big Lots was still fucking open. Now, I actually forgot to record any footage at Big Lots.
You what?
If you could believe it. I did take a picture of some sparkling waters that I wanted to show my brother, but that was all. Which is unfortunate because something ended up happening there right as my sisters and I were leaving. According to my sister, as we were getting ready to leave, there was a domestic dispute inside Big Lots, including merchandise getting broken and some sort of physical altercation occurring. I, unfortunately, or fortunately, don't have any more details other than that, but as we were driving away, the police were arriving on scene. So, I can only hope things didn't escalate any more than that. That would do it for me being out and about the rest of the day. After relaxing for several hours, I wanted to do one last thing before I went to bed for the night. I decided I'd do a little more filming around the house. I don't really remember why I was doing this, certainly wasn't because of that damn stairway closet. Or is it? Yeah, sadly the answer is no, because I continued filming other parts of the house right after. Once I was satisfied though, it was time to end day 3. It was here that I started contemplating if I even should make a video out of all the pictures and recordings I took. This trip hadn't been exactly exciting. At least not as exciting as I thought others would find it. Throughout my years of making videos, I had always wanted to do a sort of travel blog style video. The logistics of doing so just hadn't been there up until this particular trip. So, before we move on to the last day, I just wanted to say that I hope you have enjoyed this rather comfy blog so far, and that you'll stick around for the rest of this video. If not, I understand. Just don't forget that I'm an ex-ninja. I have ways of finding out who you are and where you're at. You cannot hide. You cannot run.
I will hunt you down.
Just kidding. Let's get on with the final day. Day 4. So, for a bit of a change of pace, instead of beginning the day on the road, we begin the day with my niece and I watching a bird chill by the pool. Speaking of the pool, there's something I have to show you about this pool that is, slightly off. Now, tell me, dear viewers, is there something off in this picture? No? Well, shit, never mind then. Pulls aside, we head on the road and to the first spot on today's agenda, lunch. The restaurant of the day this time is called Storming Crab Cajun Seafood. Now, I'm no stranger to Cajun seafood, or most food associated with the state of Louisiana. I am part Creole after all. However, I wasn't too hungry, so I just ordered some gumbo, which did indeed hit the spot. I actually forgot to film a clip of giving my thumbs up after eating the food. So I'll just say I'll give it an 8 out of 10 and move on. Move on to what? To fish. And lobsters. Once lunch was over, it was time to head to the main location of today's excursion, the mall. Now, I don't remember why we needed to go to the mall, but...
Hello? Just jumped right in front of us.
Anyways, so, as I was saying, I don't remember what we specifically needed to get at the mall, but I tagged along anyway because I knew it would make for some interesting footage. I wasn't there myself to shop, rather to just walk around very not inconspicuously and just check out various parts of the mall. To begin my mall vlogging endeavors, we first head to a shop I've been to many times before, Box Lunch. To those that might be unfamiliar with Box Lunch, they're kind of similar to Hot Topic, which... Nope, not going in there. Is a place that caters to pop culture merchandise, with a big emphasis on anime and anime-adjacent franchises, as well as Disney, usually. I'll admit, they do have some interesting shit there, and I have bought stuff from them before, but it can often be a bit overpriced. They even have fucking Shrek merch.
Somebody.
Once I had finished up at Box Lunch, I began to realize that this mall was kinda dead. And as someone who has watched way too many Dan Veld videos, I shifted my attention to just filming myself walking around the mall. Also, the mall wasn't as dead as I initially thought, but whatever, the vibes were still the same. I don't know. At some point, my sisters and I eventually made our way inside Macy's. I didn't record too much here, but I did find some Pokemon plushies in the Toys R Us section. And also some...
Amogus.
Oh, and also...
Nice butt plug.
No clue why I took a pic of Pokemon plushies, but I damn well wasn't gonna miss an opportunity to put some Amogus into this vid. I wish I could have filmed more inside there, just walking around, but my sisters were on a bit of a tight schedule, as I would be leaving back home just a few hours later. There was only one more important spot to hit up, one we had been to just a few days earlier. Yep, back to Walmart. This time I wanted to stock up on these little sauces that Walmart sells from time to time. I love them, and I always keep a collection of them by my desk. Unfortunately, in recent times, though, they've been harder to find, though not entirely impossible. After that, the final stop was to grab some food before hitting the road at Dairy Queen. Last thing I did before leaving was film the full moon that was out real quick, then it was time to finally say goodbye for for now, to Las Vegas. So, finally, after 4 days and over 100 videos and pictures taken, this trip comes to a close just as the sun was setting. While it wasn't the most exciting trip to the Vegas area, it was still a special one for me since I went out of my way to try and record it. Like I've said, this was my first time ever doing a travel vlog, and it probably shows. Hell, you can probably tell how monotonous my voice is just by reading this damn script that I wrote for this stupid fucking video. Regardless though, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and maybe if I go traveling again, I'll try to do another vlog, and this time, maybe I'll actually get a proper camera to record it on, instead of my shitty phone one. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm X Ninja. See you next time. Oh? Someone's calling. Hang on. Oh, it's my producer. Give me a sec. Yes? Hello? Oh, Mr. Glorp, how are you? Yeah, I'm about to end this video. X Ninja, you complete dumbass. Why are you calling me a dumbass? You took so long making this video that you went back to Vegas in the time span it would have taken you originally to make the video. Yes, that is true, Mr. Glorp, but what about it? Show them something from the trip? Well, I didn't really intend on recording that trip like I did the one from April. But, you're right. There is some stuff I can show off to finish this video. Well then, I guess we're doing one more segment, viewers. Just, a bit of a disclaimer. This segment is gonna mostly be just pictures. I only took 2 videos from that trip, but one of them was just meant to be shared with my family. Okay, with that out of the way, here's the second Vegas trip of 2024. Okay, I'm gonna go slightly fast on these because I really want to end this video, but here we fucking go. Day 1. So, in these first 2 images, we have some very interesting custom cars advertising a shoe and luggage repair service. My family had went to the shopping center to eat at some Italian cafe whose name I don't remember, and these cars were parked right next to it. Next up we have... Oh god! Oh fuck, a skeleton! I was back at Home Goods and they had put out their Halloween decor early. Nothing else to say about that. Let's see... There was another full moon during the trip, so I captured another shitty picture of it, and that'll do it for day 2. Day 3 has 3 very distinct pictures. First is this pic I took inside a Goodwill store of some old computers and subwoofers, I guess. I actually ended up buying a tripod for my camcorder from this very Goodwill store for like $5. Also, no, I didn't bring said camcorder on this trip. The Goodwill store also had this shirt, which I honestly don't know whether it was absolutely genius or fucking stupid. Last pick of day 3 is... another moon picture. It's even worse than the previous one! Finally, we have day 4, which has the most pics out of any of the 4 days I was on this trip. 13 total! The first image, quite honestly, I don't even want to show it, so I'm just gonna flash it real quick on the screen and then move the fuck on. These last 12 images were taken from an antique store my mother really wanted to visit. Honestly, I wasn't expecting too much from this place. I'm not exactly an expert on antique goods, or which in all actuality is just stuff that might be considered slightly retro, rather than truly antique or vintage. But, in any case, it turned out to be a very interesting excursion, and I couldn't help myself from taking a couple of pics of stuff that was of interest to myself and to some of my friends online. We start with some old school electronics. Unfortunately, I'm not very well versed in old school electronics, so I can't really go into detail on everything you see here, but I can say that it seems to mostly consist of audio equipment, like home audio systems, audio cassettes, and even a record player. You also got some video players, some lights, and a radio. Lastly, we got some computer components, which I'm guessing are mostly motherboards. Maybe there's a sound card in there too, but I didn't really go rummaging around. For any Transformers fans, these next 2 images are for you. Just kindly ignore the asshole in the reflection that is taking these pictures. Next, we got quite the assortment of things in this picture. It might actually be too long to overanalyze everything, but I can point out a few things here. There's a bunch of Game Boy Advance and DS games which really caught my attention, but unfortunately I wasn't really planning on buying anything at all at this antique mall. Oh yeah, spoilers on that. I did end up buying a $5 pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but that was it. In the picture, we also have several Swiss Army knives and a switchblade. Also, another knife that looks to be sheep. We have an old Sony Walkman cassette player, a SATA hard drive of some sort, a GE alarm clock, and 2 other devices that I had to dig a bit deeper to find out what they were. In regards to those 2 devices, we have something called Realistic Pocket Vision 4, which is a vintage portable television. A very small one at that. The other device is an AGP X system, an infamous handheld game console with an extremely shitty LCD screen. I actually forgot I took separate pictures of that console. That's about all I feel like pointing out, outside of some random anime DVDs in the corner over there, and some key fobs for some fucking reason. Now, on to the next picture. Oh, so we're back to the GBA and DS games. Now, we can get a better look at some of them. I want to quickly direct your attention to the copy of A Series of Unfortunate Events on the GBA on the bottom right. You know, funny thing about that, I actually still own my childhood copy of that game that I bought from a Scholastic catalog back in 2005. And yes, the game fucking sucks. Okay, what else? I just realized that there's a PS1 memory card amongst these games. We have Big Brain Academy, a game I didn't own growing up, but I did own the similar Brain Age 2, which was also on the DS. I also see hiding in the center, oh god, some Imagine Babies game. Zoom out, zoom out! There's a lot more licensed shovelware in this pic, more than I initially realized. There is no way in hell any of these should be $8 fucking. I would barely pay a single dollar for any of this shovelware crap. The penultimate picture is of some controllers. There's 2 Xbox controllers, including a very nice transparent model, and another transparent controller that appears to be a Switch Pro controller. Huh. I never heard about a transparent Switch Pro controller releasing. And finally, this last pick was a bit surprising. I wasn't expecting this antique mall to carry a fucking machine gun that's apparently for sale. Unfortunately, the picture I took was too blurry, so I couldn't get a price for it. Sorry. Well, that just about does it. All I have left to show of the second trip is this video of my family and I driving by Allegiant Stadium. It wasn't long after this that I left Vegas once again and went back home. Okay, now I can finish the outro. For real this time, let me say, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or observations, feel free to comment on the video. I'll try to respond to them to the best of my ability. Much like other videos of mine, I can't guarantee I'll be doing more videos like this one. I certainly want to do more vlogging style videos, but this one took quite a while to edit. I also hope to release more videos this year as I've recently upgraded my video and audio editing software. I've also started getting into music production, which actually started last year working on a collab album that I'll link to in the description. Some of the songs I've worked on are in this very video if you were able to notice. Or maybe one of them, I don't know yet, sorry. Okay, one last thing I want to mention before I end this garbage. For those who have watched my videos for years, I know there aren't many of you, I keep promising that I want to start streaming shit on Twitch. I know it hasn't happened yet, but god damn it, I'm gonna keep promising to do so. Maybe 2025 will be the year. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm tired of narrating this video. I've yapped long enough. Alright everyone. See you in the next video. Whatever, whenever that might be. X Ninja, signing out. See ya. Oh god, what is it this time? Hello? What do you mean I'm going on another trip to Vegas today?